Captain, before we step onto this pawn shadow island, tell me, what does cat make you feel when it means the small furry animal, a member of the larger cat family, and in some technical or special uses, a device or thing known by that short name? Meaning 1. A small furry animal often kept as a pet. Used for the common animal with soft fur, sharp eyes, and quick, quiet movement. Example: the gray cat slept on the warm rope near the harbor wall. Common use: pet cat, black cat, cat food. Meaning 2. A member of the larger cat family, such as a lion or tiger, used more broadly for animals in the same family as the house cat. Example: the guide spoke about every wild cat that lived beyond the dry hills. Common use: wild cat, big cat, cat family.
Big cat family.
Meaning 3. In special or technical use, a device or thing called a cat. Used in certain fields for machines, parts, or shortened names depending on context. Example: the old harbor workers called the lifting machine a cat for short. Common use: short name cat, machine called cat, technical cat use.
Workshop cat.
Cat most commonly means the familiar pet animal, but it can also refer more broadly to the larger animal family that includes lions, tigers, and leopards. In some special fields, cat may appear as a short nickname for a machine or object, so the context matters a lot there. Notice the soft, the wild, and the named thing behind the word captain. Carry cat for the quiet animal beside human life, for the wider family of sharp-eyed hunters, and for the special short name that only context can fully reveal as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this lawn shadow island, tell me, what does crime make you feel when it means an action against the law, a serious wrong that harms people or society, and something spoken of as a terrible mistake or shame in strong, everyday language? Meaning 1. An action that is against the law. Used for an act officially forbidden by legal rules. Example: the harbor guard said the theft was a serious crime. Common use: commit a crime, crime report, crime scene.
Crime scene.
Meaning 2. A serious wrong that harms people or society. Used more broadly for acts seen as deeply harmful, cruel, or unjust. Example: they called the poisoning of the village, well, a crime against the whole community. Common use: violent crime, crime against humanity, serious crime.
Serious crime.
Meaning 3. In strong everyday language, something seen as a terrible mistake or shame. Used figuratively when someone says a bad choice is so wrong it feels almost unforgivable. Example: wasting fresh water on the island was called a crime in summer. Common use: it's a crime. Culinary crime. Fashion crime.
Wasting water is a crime.
Crime most commonly means an illegal act, but it can also describe a deeply harmful wrong in a broader moral sense. In informal speech, people sometimes use it figuratively for a very bad mistake, especially when they want to sound dramatic. Read the law, the harm, and the warning inside the word captain. Carry crime for the act forbidden by rule, for the serious wrong that wounds a whole community, and for the sharp everyday judgment that says some choices should never have happened as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this rivalry and drive island, tell me, what does competitive make you feel when it means wanting strongly to win? Involving strong rivalry between people or groups, and being able to compete well in a market, field, or situation. Meaning 1, wanting strongly to win or do better than others, used for a person who feels driven to succeed, win, or be the best. Example, yeah, she is highly competitive and never gives up during a race. Common use, competitive person, highly competitive, competitive spirit.
Competitive spirit.
Meaning 2, involving strong rivalry between people, teams, or groups, used for situations where many sides are trying hard to win or succeed over one another. Example, the Harbor Games became more competitive after the new team arrived. Common use, competitive market, competitive game, competitive environment.
Competitive arena.
Meaning 3, able to compete well in price, quality, skill, or performance. Used for a business, product, team, or person strong enough to succeed against others. Example, the small shipyard stayed competitive by offering faster repairs. Common use, stay competitive, competitive price, competitive advantage.
Stay competitive.
Competitive can describe a person's strong desire to win, a situation full of rivalry, or a business, team, or product that is strong enough to succeed against others. Read the drive, the rivalry, and the strength to stand your ground, captain. Carry competitive for the spirit that pushes toward victory, for the tense world where many strive against each other, and for the real power to succeed when the field grows crowded as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this joining and balance island, tell me, what does combination make you feel when it means a mixture of things brought together, a set of numbers or elements used together, and the result created when different qualities work as one? Meaning 1, a mixture of things brought together, used when 2 or more things are joined in one group, set, or whole. Example, the meal was a tasty combination of fish, rice, and herbs. Common use, combination of colors, combination of foods, good combination.
In excess was the combination of flavors.
Meaning two, a set of numbers, signs, or elements used together, used for a sequence or group that must work together in a special order or pattern. Example, he entered the right combination to open the locked harbor box. Common use, number combination, lock combination, winning combination.
Right combination.
Meaning three, the result created when different qualities work together as one. Used when separate strengths or features join to produce a better final effect. Example, patience and courage were a powerful combination during the storm. Common use, perfect combination, rare combination, strong combination.
Powerful combination.
Combination often means different things brought together into one whole. It can describe food, colors, ideas, or people working side by side. It is also common for number sets, especially with locks or codes. In a deeper sense, it often highlights the special result that appears when separate qualities work well together. Notice what becomes stronger when it joins with something else, Captain. Carry combination for the mixture that forms one whole, for the set that works only in the right order, and for the joined strengths that create a better result than either alone as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this harm and consequence island, tell me, what does casualty make you feel when it means a person hurt or killed in an accident or conflict? A person who suffers because of an event or situation? And a loss or victim caused when something goes wrong. Meaning one, a person hurt or killed in an accident, disaster, or conflict. Used for someone who is physically harmed in a serious event. Example, the rescue team searched the harbor for casualties after the explosion. Common use, road casualty, war casualty, casualty report.
Casualty search.
Meaning two, a person who suffers because of an event, decision, or difficult situation. Used more broadly for someone harmed by circumstances even beyond physical injury. Example, small shops became casualties of the new trade rules. Common use, casualty of change, casualty of war, casualty of policy.
Casualty of change.
Meaning three, a loss or victim caused when something goes wrong. Used for the damage, sacrifice, or person lost as a result of failure or trouble. Example, the old signal tower was the first casualty of the storm. Common use, first casualty, unexpected casualty, casualty of the storm.
First casualty.
Casualty most commonly refers to a person injured or killed in a serious event. It can also be used more widely for anyone or anything harmed by change, conflict, policy, or disaster. Read every loss with care, Captain. Carry casualty for the person harmed in sudden disaster, for the one who suffers under larger forces, and for the painful cost that appears when the world breaks in one place and leaves its mark in another as we sail to the next island.